To see Donald Trump, or frankly, to not see Donald Trump on the campaign trail seems like a real unforced error. Something, if you want to stand with labor, you show up on Labor Day, right? That's kind of the mission. You contrast that with what we're seeing from the Harris campaign, which is a very intentional rollout for the first time together in this new formulation with Harris at the top of the ticket and Biden no longer on it, is the president and the vice president as a ticket showing up for a campaign event here.
That's right. It's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. And Donald Trump was nowhere to be found. He didn't have one event with workers, union members, labor leaders, nothing. And that is in complete contrast with Tim Walz, Kamala Harris, who crisscrossed the country, held events with labor unions and workers to make sure that they knew that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are going to have a presidency and vice presidency and administration focused on workers and their problems and needs. And what was Donald Trump doing? Well, I'm going to show you in just a minute, but if you could first hit the like button if you're liking this video and hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. It really does help the channel. And I'm sorry to ask, but asking actually does get people to like. First, Kamala Harris, like I said, crisscrossed the country, and she talked very strongly about her support for unions. I want to play a little bit of that for you because I found it to be very inspiring. Here she is saying, if you're not a union member, you better think one. Here's why.
For generations in Detroit and across our nation, the brothers and sisters of labor have stood together to righteously demand fair pay, better benefits, and safe working conditions. And let me say, every person in our nation has benefited from that work. Everywhere I go, I tell people, look, you may not be a union member, you better thank a union member for the 5-day work week. You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. Because what we know is when union wages go up, everybody's wages go up. When union workplaces are safer, every workplace is safer. When unions are strong, America is strong.
That is getting me hyped up all over again. I don't know if you were with me on the live stream, but it is incredible. I hope you join next time because it is just such great energy, and I'm feeling it all over again. Kamala Harris is in it to win it. What an inspiring message. She didn't even stop there. She went in on Trump and kind of laid the case for why he's not good for workers. I need you to see this.
As president, we will always remember Donald Trump blocked overtime benefits from millions of workers. Tyrese talked a bit about this and opposed efforts to raise the minimum wage. He appointed union busters to the National Labor Relations Board, and he supported so-called right-to-work laws. And if... Well, here's the thing.
So I don't know if you can hear that, but what that ended with was the union members shouting, "Trump's a scab, Trump's a scab, Trump's a scab." Incredible. And all those things are true. That is why when J.D. Vance tweeted, "Happy Labor Day, especially to the workers, past and present, who built this country. President Trump and I will always stand for the people who get up every morning and keep this country going." Well, people did not like that. There was a quick fact check from me. Can I quote myself on here? Senator J.D. Vance has never once cast a vote supporting workers. Never once. So that's how pro-worker they are. And this is how pro-worker Donald Trump is, because here is the footage of what Donald Trump was doing today.
All right, fellas, here we go. What a shot.
Beauty.
The pin.
You think Biden can hit a ball like that? I don't know. He couldn't get it past the first tee.
Yeah, he wouldn't get it off the lead. Forget where he hit it.
That's right. He was golfing. Absolutely despicable. But he did find some time to write this really inspiring message on Truth Social, his failed social network. Happy Labor Day to all of our American workers who represent the shining example of hard work and ingenuity. Under Comrade Kamala Harris, all Americans are suffering during this holiday weekend. High gas prices, transportation costs are up, and grocery prices are through the roof. Not true. None of that's true. We can't live under this weak and failed, quote, leadership. Really inspiring message, wouldn't you say? Well, I don't know why he keeps attacking Kamala Harris for those things, because last I checked, she's not the president. We don't ever blame Mike Pence for things that happened during Trump's administration. So that, for one, is wild to me that people don't just push back on that at all. It's not Kamala Harris's administration. She is basically an understudy in case something were to ever happen to Joe Biden. But other than that, vice presidents don't have much power. And no wonder why Donald Trump just thought that this would be enough for workers, because here's how he really thinks about unions.
Same thing with the unions.
That's right.
They get their little 5%. They get another 2%. They get another 3%, 4%. Then all of a sudden they're making more money than the people that own the company.
So that's how he really thinks about workers, that they're entitled, they're asking for more than they need. And by the way, doesn't he just seem totally different there? I mean, he just seems like a completely different person. It's actually really shocking to see how he was 20, 30 years ago versus how he is today. There's been a complete decline, and that's something that needs to be talked about more. I'm going to talk about that in another video. But this guy hates workers. He clearly, because he doesn't show up for them on their day when he's running to be the leader of our country. He can't show up for workers. I think that's all we actually really need to know about him. I mean, we know everything we need to know about him, but this is even worse than before. He used to actually at least pretend. Now he can't even bother to show up.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?